we are back with another Boxycharm unboxing. Yes, I know I just did a Boxycharm unboxing like not too long ago. I was kind of far behind on doing the November box, but today we are going to be doing the December box from Boxycharm. And I actually did want to mention to you guys that this is actually going to be my last Boxycharm box. I have for the foreseeable future canceled my Boxycharm box, not because I don't like it or have any problems with it or anything like that, but it kind of goes along with a new kind of makeup goal I'm working on for 2025, and I have decided that I'm going to be doing a subscription-free 2025. I'll talk about this more in my yearly makeup empties coming up very, very soon, but long story short, I just need to kind of minimize how much stuff I'm bringing in, and although subscription boxes are so fun, they are a really big contributor to how many new things I'm bringing into my life, and at some point, I just can't consume everything as quickly as it's coming in. So even though I really have been enjoying a lot of my last few Boxycharm boxes, I am going to take a year off, and that is the same for Boxycharm, for FabFitFun, for Allure, and for any other makeup subscription box. They'll be there when I am ready to come back to them, but for 2025, I'm just really focusing on not necessarily paring down. I'm just kind of like shifting my focus a little bit for 2025, and I will definitely be talking a lot more about that in my yearly makeup empties coming up very soon. But with all that being said, I'm going to show you guys everything that I got in my Boxycharm box for this month. So the first item I got is the Dermalactives Triple Power Collagen Moisturizer, Ciate London Cherry Bomb Blush and Highlighter Palette, Natasha Denona Rose and Wood Eyeshadow Palette, Ofra Verified Liquid Eyeliner, and the Pinky Bee Beauty Perfect Lip Combo in 1986. So if that was all you were interested in, please leave a like before you go. Now, if you want to know more of my thoughts on these products, definitely keep watching. Alright guys, so the first product we got here, this is definitely the big ticket item in this month's box. This was the item that I believe everybody got, and like I said, this is from Dermalactives, and it's called the Triple Power Collagen Moisturizer. This one has a really hefty price tag with it. This one retails for $145. That is pretty insane. I always wonder whenever we get like a product like this that I've never heard about before that has like a ridiculously high price tag. I always kind of wonder like, okay, is it really worth that much money? You guys know the drill. I have so many skincare products. I don't want to open this or start using it when I have so many other moisturizers in my collection that I need to use up before this one. So unfortunately, I have not tried this one yet, and I will definitely have to try it out down the line, but that is a really big ticket item in this month's box. I imagine it's going to be a really nice product, so I am excited to try it out, but it will be a while. So the next item I got in my box was one of my choice items, and this was the Ciate London Cherry Bomb Blush and Highlighter Palette. Now this one retails for $28, and this one has 4 products in it. There are 2 matte blush products, and then there are 2 shimmer highlighter products, and when I checked this out online, it says that this is actually in the color light medium, but I kind of thought this color looked really dark to be a highlighter, so I ended up not trying that one out today, and I'll have to play around with it later, but I did use these 3 other products right here today, so I'm gonna quickly jump into the application and let you guys know what I think of these. So first up, I'm gonna use this color here, Juicy. This one I'm gonna try to use as like a bronzery type color and see how that looks. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that, and I'm gonna apply this to the cheeks. Ooh, definitely a little warmer than I thought. The colors are a little deceiving in this palette. Okay, it's a little warm for using it for that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. We'll use that to kind of bronze up the face just a little bit. It's looking a little weird on camera, but I swear it's not looking as bizarre in real life. I kind of feel like it just kind of gave me a little bit of a, like a sun-kissed kind of glow to that, but obviously this is like a blush palette, so it's not exactly a bronzer color, but we're gonna make it work. Alright, so here is how the color Juicy looks applied, kind of like a bronzer. Like I said, maybe it's like not quite suited for that. I feel like on camera it really is looking a lot more crazy than it looks in person. I swear it doesn't look as crazy. It kind of just looks like I have a little bit of like flushed skin, maybe like a slight kind of sunburny kind of look, but I really don't think it looks that drastic. All right, now I'm low on brushes, so we're gonna reuse this one, and I'm just gonna use my little color switch to kind of knock that color off. Now I'm gonna use this color here, So Sweet, and I'm going to apply this as like my true blush. This one's definitely a little bit lighter than that last color. It's really pretty, but it's not as pigmented as the last one. So I feel like it's actually a good one for a lighter skin tone if you don't want a really intense kind of blush. But if you do want to deepen it up a little bit, you could use that juicy color. All right, and so that is how the color So Sweet looks applied to the cheeks. Once again, we're gonna dust this off. And finally, I'm gonna pick up that color Happy Hour, the more goldeny kind of highlighter, and we're gonna apply that to the top of the cheekbone. I feel like the Cherry Fizz color might be a pretty eyeshadow type of color, so maybe I'll have to try that in the future and see if that product works for me in that way. Ooh, this is a very shiny highlight. This is definitely one of those highlighters that is going to accentuate any kind of uneven texture on the skin. I feel like most highlights are going to do that, but some tend to do it more than others, and I do not have perfect skin at all. Don't be fooled by the lights. The beauty lights really do a lot of help for my skin, but this one definitely does emphasize texture on my skin just a little bit, and I'll zoom you in so you can really see what I mean by like it accentuating the texture of my skin. I'm very lucky to have decent skin, but I do not have perfect skin at all. Okay, so hopefully you can see this where the highlighter is. I can definitely see a lot more of the texture here. I do have a few enlarged pores that does seem a little bit more noticeable than some highlighters that I use. And I'll do it up close with my phone too, because sometimes I feel like you can see that better. So like right there, you can definitely see these enlarged pores. So overall, I do like this product. I think that this might be more of like an eyeshadow type of color that I could use, but I do have a lot of blush and highlighter palettes lately, and especially since not too long ago, I did get one from Lunar Beauty through Boxycharm, so I do kind of have a lot of these at the moment, but I did want to choose this one because I felt like out of all the ones I had to choose from item-wise, this is definitely one of the more intriguing products for me. I liked getting it in a subscription box, but this definitely doesn't really seem like something I would like go out and purchase or feel like the need to go get. But I mean, as far as for getting it in a subscription box, I do like these three colors the most out of the palette, and I feel like they worked really well for my skin tone as well. I wish I could remember what the other options were. I like to do that for my FabFitFun boxes, but I always forget to do it for Boxycharm, so unfortunately I don't have the full like what were my choices, but with canceling Boxycharm I won't be able to do that for a while. So the next item I got was another choice by me, and I'm so glad I snagged this one up because this was definitely like a really easy decision for me, and that was the Natasha Denona Rose and Wood eyeshadow palette. This one retails for $48. Now I do have to say, these are actually repackaged colors from the Glam palette, which I do actually already own. However, I really love this format of the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. I wish they sold more of these. I feel like this particular setup is harder to find. The ones they have on their website are like smaller pans than this, and they can be a little deceiving like between those two different sizes. Like this is definitely like the larger of the 5 pan, and then there's like a smaller 5 pan. I've definitely kind of like gotten those confused before, thinking I was getting like a large one and then actually just getting the small one, which is so sad because I really like this packaging because you can actually pop these out. There's like a little spot in the back where you can pop these out and you can rearrange them in what color order you want. You can swap them out with other shadows from other palettes of this size. So I love this configuration, but I really feel like they don't sell very many of these like actual sizes anymore, which honestly is such a shame in my opinion. But I also like that you can pop these out, which you can't do to my knowledge with the smaller ones that are in the 5 pan. I thought that those were also removable, and I bought like several of those palettes back around Labor Day, and unfortunately, unless I just can't figure it out, I don't think those are as easily removable like these are. I feel like those are actually like either glued in or just a lot harder to remove. And I've always loved like the idea of like the rearrangeability of Natasha Denona eyeshadows, which is what really drew me to the brand because they are a little bit more pricey shadows, but most of them I have gotten like through Boxycharm or through subscription boxes, and I really love the quality of these. And once again, I have like rearranged my palette so the colors are not in the exact same order, but these are the same 5 shadows from here are already existing in this palette. So I will show you guys what shadows I used today to create this eyeshadow look. I think it turned out really, really pretty, and this is just a really go-to everyday kind of shadow look for me. So let's get into the application. So I'm going to start by applying an eyeshadow primer to my lid. So I'm going to be taking this matte dark brown color here. This one is called Lash Line, and this is a pretty dark pigmented shadow, so I am going to have to be very careful and blend very, very carefully with this one. I mean, like, you can see how dark that shadow is. Typically, I like to start with something a little bit more closer to my skin tone and then blend these darker shadows into it, but this is all we got today, so we're gonna make this one count. Okay, so that is that shade really blended out. Like I said, if I had more shades, I feel like I'd be able to kind of give it a little bit more of like a better blend. And then I'm just gonna kind of go over those edges with the clean brush just to blend that as well as I can. Then taking that same dark matte brown, I'm gonna take that on a pencil brush, and I'm gonna run this on the lower lash line, keeping that towards the outer portion. Next, I'm doing a little bit of a sticky eyeshadow primer right on the center of my lid. So I'm going to take this color here. This one is called Center Lid, and I'm actually going to pick this up with my finger. This is one of my favorite ways to apply shimmers. I feel like it just gives me the best result. So I'm going to take that and put it right on the center of the lid where we put that sticky primer. And just look at how shimmery shiny that is. It gives me the most like solid shimmer look you can possibly get. All right, and then finally I'm gonna use this one here in the middle. This one's called Inner Corner, and I'm gonna apply that just right there in the inner corner. And that's just gonna bring a little bit of extra light to that area. And then whatever is left on my brush, I'm just gonna run that gently on the lower lash line on the inner portion. So overall, even though I technically do already have these shadows, these are definitely like everyday kind of colors for me. I would use these a lot of the time. I'm really glad I held on to Boxycharm for one last month for December to snag this palette, because this one was probably like by far my most favorite item from this box this month. All right, the next product that I got, this was actually my choice, and you guys might be thinking, wait, didn't you just get an eyeliner last month in Boxycharm? Yes, I did, but I guess between whatever was available, this one just seemed like the best option for me. This is from Ofra. It's called the Verified Liquid Liner. Once again, I have several liquid liners already, and it'll probably be a little bit until I get to this one, but a black liquid eyeliner is something I'm using all the time. So even though I'm not gonna open it yet, I know I'm gonna get a ton of use out of it because I'm really not picky with black eyeliners at all. And this one retails for $20. And finally, the last product I got is from the brand Pinky Bee Beauty. I've never heard of this brand before, but this was another one of those products that I believe everybody got. And this one's called the Perfect Lip Combo, and it's in the color 1986. And the retail value of this is $18. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the application of this one. So this is kind of cool because it's like a little duo lip product. And there is a lip liner here, and then there is a lip gloss here. So let's go ahead and try this on. I do kind of like the little duo product because 99% of the time I can't find my lip liner, so I like that it's just connected. So let's go ahead and apply this. I'm not quite sure what this color is gonna look like on me, but we're just gonna go for it. All right, so just the lip liner, this is what it looks like. I've realized I should probably start doing this because a lot of the times I end up just filling in my lips with the lip liner, but I know that not everyone likes to wear their lip liner that way. Some people just like to line the outline, but I like to fill it in, so I will show it both ways. And I will try to start doing that in the future. So this is the lip liner on its own, and this is what it looks like lightly filled in. I didn't do like a complete fill in because I do kind of go through my lip liner quicker that way, but you can kind of see it both ways. And then here is the lip gloss color. Let's go ahead and apply this on top. Ooh, I like the doe foot applicator. It's kind of like one of those flat ones where it kind of has the ledge on both sides. So I find that those are really good at holding product. All right, so color-wise, this is what it looks like. I actually really like this lip color. It's a really nice color for my skin tone. It's not too pink, not too brown, not too dark. I really like this color. This is totally something I would wear like on an everyday kind of basis. The lip gloss has that really sweet kind of vanilla cake battery type of scent, which I really like. The only thing is the lip gloss is a little bit on the thicker, stickier side, which isn't my favorite formula, but it is such a really nice color. I actually do think this is something I would get a lot of use out of, and I'm so glad because I feel like a lot of the lip products that I get from Boxycharm are kind of hit or miss. So I'm actually really pleasantly surprised with this one. Alright guys, so those were all of the items that I got in my final Boxycharm box this month. So the total MSRP value of my box this month was $259. Now this one definitely kind of knocked the entire value up because this alone was $145 value. So I feel like that one is a little bit of an outlier type of product, but if I divide that MSRP by 5 items, that gives me an average value per product of $51.80. Once again, this does kind of skew it. So if I remove the moisturizer though, and I just count up the 4 other items, that gives an average value per item of $28.50, which I feel like is a little bit more typical of a Boxycharm kind of value. And finally, once again, the price that I paid for this box was $35.03, and that breaks down to an average price paid per item to $7.01 per item. So when I'm looking at all of this, I'm thinking, okay, is this worth $7 to me? Is this worth $7 to me? I absolutely think this was a really good box overall. Plus, I love that I get to pick like 3 of the 5 items. I feel like that just really lets you curate the box more towards your personal preferences and likes. So for my very last Boxycharm box, I would totally rank this one a solid A. I think that a lot of these products are things that I would use and can use and work great for my skin tone. I am really sad to now not get any more Boxycharm boxes for 2025, but I know that at the end of the day, I just have so much stuff and I want to really focus on kind of like reshifting my perspective when it comes to buying and consuming so many things. Now, I'm definitely not going to be like become a minimalist or anything, but I just want to be a little bit more mindful on how many things I'm bringing into my life and how many things I actually need. I am honestly covered as far as how many things I own, but it's definitely going to be something I'm working on in 2025 just to kind of shift my perspective a little bit and be a little bit more mindful on my purchases. So once again, I'm going to be talking all about this in my yearly makeup empties video, so definitely be looking forward for that one coming out very soon. Alright guys, so that is it for my final Boxycharm unboxing for the year. I really hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on social media. Links are below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.